The Raptors look to take charge, and we're bringing it to you live from Toronto here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Only one game away from New York here. The Knicks will be back home for the next one. And, of course, Malik Beasley. His first game as a New York Knick.
Man, that trade is something that has just electrified this entire fan base, the players, the people working for the organization. They think it may be that piece of the puzzle necessary to finally get this team over the hump.
And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Oh, that is an easy read for Mr. Quickly, simply finding the open man.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Pass to Quickly. Back to Ingram. Gets to the corner and buries it. Ingram's got 5 points so far.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches. What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
Here's Christie. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Boy, when Towns is moving the basketball, guys, the floor opens up for him. The defense has now got to respect passing and scoring.
Quickly with a wide-open look. They get the rebound. Out to Ingram. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Knicks with possession. Brunson surveying the D. Here's Towns. Here's Anunoby. And a miss there on the triple. Stolen. Towns with it. Guarded now by Barnes. And here's Brunson outside. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Pass to Nowitzki. From the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
Dirk is going to finish his career as one of the best scorers in the history of the game.
Brunson with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The shot's good from Quickly.
That's about activity, determination, Quickly finishing strong.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. We talked about facing a point guard like Jalen Brunson, and he told me Jalen's got a great sense for angles and knows how to attack if anyone's out of position. We have to stay disciplined on defense. Of course, Brunson will be the focus of their attention tonight. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. A three ball, and again, New York with the triple.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges, so willing to give it up to an open guy.
Here's Pirtle. Second shot opportunity. They set the pick. And it's Quickly in the corner. Ingram. 2 on the clock. Here's Nowitzki. They get it back. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Pirtle. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
A three-pointer is right on target. Raptors with the lead. Quickly looking it over. Nowitzki for 3. Christie with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Boy, for a man his size, Towns does a sensational job running the floor.
Pass to Barnes. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here he goes. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Shoots over Anunoby. The ball's through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Well, Dirk has just made so many mid-range jumpers. When he gets room to fire, he's golden.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Brunson. Pass to Towns. Some solid defense from Pirtle. The 3 from Barnes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The
16.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace. You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
There's a screen by Achua. Brunson, right side. Christie. Outside for Robinson. Fires top of the key. And that one goes long.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect. And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite 3-point shot.
Pass to Beasley. Tries again. And Robinson with the layup. Robinson's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Pass to Christie. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. Christie's got 12 points in the game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Kolek. Pass to McBride. No good on the triple. Dick wide open. The offensive rebound. 3-pointer. That one doesn't go. Knicks trailed by 9. Bridges with it. Picked up by Barrett. Bridges misses. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Now, here's Bridges. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Robinson, that's good. And we see, as in baseball doors, the introduction of the pitch timer to increase the pace of play. Do you think the NBA is taking notice of that?
What I know, Kevin, unequivocally is the NBA is in a constant state of monitoring its product and how can it make it more fan-friendly. The only criticism to me that's redundant is the pace of reviews. And the league is trying to streamline that to the best of their ability.
The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Pass to McBride. A floater, and he comes up with the deuce. We've got 1:28 left in the first half of the game. Barrett, no good. And here is Bridges. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And now it's only a 5-point Raptor lead. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you.
Mitchell Robinson understands how to position himself and turn the lights out. Makes that easy.
To the wing right side. Out to the right wing. Here's Filipowski.
Wingspan, athleticism, verticality. Robinson with authority sends it back.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Kolek. Still without a basket. Pass to McBride. Here's the three. Drills the three-pointer. McBride's got it all tied up now for the Knicks. For three, Ingram. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's all tied in Toronto. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And here's Toronto. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
Ingram outside. Back to quickly. Clock at 6. Here's Nowitzki. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Nowitzki's got 7 points.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
Lets it go from deep. And Pirtle pulls it down. A three from quickly. It's rebounded by New York. Here's Christie. 12 points for him. And Pirtle sends it back. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson.
Knicks substitution. Number 30, Malik Beasley.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Pass to Nowitzki. Ingram outside. This one for 3. Christie with the rebound.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Towns. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player. This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Pass to Pirtle. Back to quickly. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Nowitzki with the ball. To the middle. Here's Poeltl.
To me, that's about the length and strength of upper body by Karl Anthony Towns. He's just destroying people with his defense.
Banked in off the glass. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
For three, Ingram. No good that time. The Knicks leading by 5. Inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And with each passing season, DB, OG Anunoby seems to keep getting more and more versatile.
You are exactly right, Kevin. What we know unequivocally is this is one of the best cross-positional defenders in the league. One of those guys that's truly capable of guarding 1 to 5. But his willingness to be a three-point threat, an offensive rebound, and put it on the deck is exactly what you're talking about.
And Towns gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Nowitzki for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Nowitzki's got 10.
I'd say it's been a long time since Dirk lacked for confidence in catch-and-shoot situations. Lights out.
Brunson outside. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
You get to see on display how Jalen Brunson has become this dynamic force offensively. Nice use of the pick and roll.
Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Nowitzki. And here is DiVincenzo. That drops and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. 8 points for him.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's ready to talk things through with the team. .124 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Kolek. Shot on the wing. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Raptors trail by 5. Now here's Ingram. Nowitzki outside. Barrett for 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Boy, R.J. Barrett has worked so hard to become a consistent three-point shooter. Go ahead, R.J., put in the work.
Here's Kolek. Hasn't made one yet. Robinson. They set the screen. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And, you know, given how accomplished Nowitzki is from right there, you can't blame the defense for being aggressive. Ultimately, though, that wisely goes right through the contact.
And it's tied up with that one. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Now Achua. Pass to Kolek. Back to Achua. A dunk by Achua.
Well, such an explosive athlete. Achua off his feet in a hurry.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Trains the three-pointer. Ingram's got 10 points.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And the
Knicks, 47. It's the fourth quarter.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Quickly. Raptors with the lead. Here's Barnes. Pass to Nowitzki. The kick out to Barnes. Oh, good with the triple. Here's Christie. Anunoby with it. Back to Brunson. To the inside. Christie. Here's Robinson. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Pirtle.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Robinson with the block. They get it back. Ingram wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Challenging this D with the three ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
And the Knicks making a change here. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. Now, he begged his players to keep it simple out there. Told them one possession at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard. What's most important is running our plays and being aggressive defensively. We'll see if they can follow that game plan. Guys?
Thank you, David. Nowitzki outside. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Now, this is the full display of the scoring ability of Dirk Nowitzki, one of the most versatile offensive players ever.
To the paint. Here's Towns. New York moving it around. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Pass to Christie. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Raptors. On the wing quickly. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jalen Brunson.
Well, think about this, guys. Early in his career, Quickly finished second in Sixth Man of the Year voting. He's also proven he can be a capable starter in this league. That's big-time value.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Brunson with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Pass to Christie. Fires the three. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. Here's Quickly. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
Barnes really just forcing the D to commit. They chose him, and boy, did he make them pay.
Here's Bridges. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Toronto leading by 8. Pass to Pirtle. Barnes outside. On the wing quickly. Here's Nowitzki. Shoots over Anunoby. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Pass to Quickly. The three from Barnes. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks trail by 10. Brunson outside. In the corner, it's Bridges. There's the lob to Bridges. Here's Christie. From outside, off the mark.
And, you know, it's almost as if he wore himself out with that performance in the last quarter. He hasn't had nearly the same kind of energy in this one.
Nobody near Barnes. Traps in the tray. Barnes has got the lead up to 13 now for Toronto.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Toronto.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Nowitzki.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
All free throws good from Anunoby. Here's Toronto now. They're on a 15-5 run here. Barrett, wide open, he fires. Off target from outside.
OG Anunoby.
So it's Toronto winning this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their
Fell in love with the game. Put him on ice like the diamonds in my chain. I said, get the streets hope, look out for the came. Mr. Never leave my brothers, never change up on the through the hurt and the pain.
I say shoot for me. I'm shooting to win. Money on the wall like I'm busting the frames. Did a shoot when you ball with a name. With the squad when I'm dealing with pain.
Dropping 2 foes like I'm Kobe. If I did it from the heart, you don't owe me. I never talk about how my brother back, that's phony. Tryna ref the game from the nosebleed.
For the real ones, tryna J-kid about it. Lesson give and go.
And we all tryna go once we get a low ballin'. Saint Laurent jeans. I ain't even get mad when you switch teams ballin'. Free the home team. I spent 20 on a ring, I'm a trophy, I'm ballin'. Had to blood the like Wimby, she keep calling.
Jumping on a bird with a bird, I'm in Boston. Skip on a like Austin.
Fell in love with the game. Put him on ice like the diamonds in my chain. I said, get the streets hope. Look how far the came. To never leave my brothers, never change up on it. Through the hurt and the pain. Through the lane.
I say, shoot for me. I'm shooting to win. Money on the wall like I'm busting the frames. Did a suit when you ball with a name. The squad when I'm dealing with pain.
Ballin'. Saint Laurent jeans. I ain't even get mad when you switch teams. Ballin'. Free the home team. I spent 20 on the ring. I'm a trophy. I'm ballin'. Had to blood it like Wimby. She keep calling.
Jumping on a bird with a bird. I'm in.
Good to have you with us on a Sunday afternoon for basketball here on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And, of course, P.J. Tucker. He's a guy that'll be sorely missed.
I think the trade will make a bigger impact than some people think. He was an important presence for them on the floor and in the locker room. But, of course, they knew all that and went ahead with the move anyway.
And here's New York now. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
We should see some great ball movement from these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this. It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Well, you can count on Towns to finish with strength anytime he has the chance.
And Harden with the slam.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
3 points.
Brunson with a sixth sense. I mean, always knows where his teammates are.
Harden into the lane. Outside, Williams. Three-pointer, no good. And here are the Knicks. 4-point game. Pass to Brunson. Here's Christie. Bridges outside. And there's the screen. To the paint. Stolen by Harden. And they're on the break. Wembanyama down low. Outside Harden. And here is Williams. And no good. His first shot of the night, missing.
And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4.
To the inside. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Back come the Spurs in Trinidad. Oh, my goodness.
What a dunk.
And we see the speed and power. I mean, Williams shows off on that one.
Pass to Brunson. Here's Christie. Three-pointer off the mark.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Now here's Wembanyama. And he hits it to tie the game.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. We got into it about his strategy against Karl Anthony Towns. These modern bigs are tough to stop, he told me, and went on to say, I'm hoping we can just force him to take bad shots, not the ones that he wants. I'll settle for that. So they're looking to disrupt Cat's selections and keep him from his spots. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Pass to Wembanyama. Right side, Harden. Back to Wembanyama. Over Towns. And San Antonio again with a bucket.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
Now here's Bridges. Hasn't got one to fall yet.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Harden, good.
I love it. When Harden shoots, he commits. A little contact isn't going to upset his mechanics.
Pass to Christie. 4-3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Harden drawing the double team. Williams from long range. And the three-pointer goes. Williams has got 5.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. Love seeing these type of results.
Pass to Bridges. Over to the left wing. Here's Christie. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
And stolen by Bridges. He's all alone. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Terrific awareness by Bridges, jumping all over that steal.
Right side Harden. And Harden with the slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Christie. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there. And at the end of 1, both teams putting up some points. San Antonio on top, leading by 3. And we'll get the second.
14.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Spurs lead by 3. Left side, Johnson. Pass to Adams. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
New York.
Knicks trail by 3. Here's Brunson. No points yet. Outside McBride. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Down low. Out to Beasley. Just 5 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Robinson for 3. Rebound by San Antonio.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Inside. Deflects the pass.
Well read defensively. That window closed so fast.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Both teams will make substitutions. San Antonio trailing here. To the middle. Outside for Wembanyama. Knocks it loose. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Harden. They can't stop the run with that one.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Vassell's shot is good.
And remember, James Harden is usually a front runner in the league in assists. He has great vision.
Here's Kolek. Pass to McBride. Over Williams. That one rolls around and rims out.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Robinson with it. Guarded now by Williams. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Beasley with it. He's guarded by Vassell. Here's Kolek. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Beasley. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by San Antonio. And after this one, they're at home against Philadelphia. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim. Makes it look so easy.
Coach, when you look at the best defensive teams, what's the balance between IQ, the smarts for the game, versus effort?
Well, Brian, it's both. You know, I mean, the effort is a given. You're not going to get anything done in the game without effort. But to be a good defensive team, you have to be smart. You have to understand your opponents, their tendencies, both as a team and as individuals. And if you do that, you can cover up for a lot in terms of just raw athleticism. Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. San Antonio leading. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Brunson. And stolen by Williams. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Let's go with a 3. Harden can't hit.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Christie. Williams defending. Out to Bridges. To stop the drought. Williams grabs the board. Hits a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Outside for Harden.
When Brunson is helping on defense, it's huge for his team.
Harden can't hit. Here's Christie. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Spurs up 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Screen by Bridges. Down low. And it's Bridges with the jam.
This is why they involve Bridges in these sets, because he knows how to capitalize.
Vassell outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Three-pointer. The Knicks with the rebound. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Hornets at Spectrum Center in Charlotte. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. Coach, when you watch Wemby, it's not the height that jumps out. It's the way he moves with that height.
Brian, I've been around the NBA a long time, and you think you've seen it all. But when you see someone with Wembanyama's size and the things he can do, his ball handling, his shooting range, the way he moves, blocking shots, this guy is one of a kind.
Feels like he's emerging as the face of the NBA soon.
I think that's what we all expect.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Pass to Adams. Towns with a rebound.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Inside. Here's Bridges. Shot clock at 6. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Boucher outside. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
To the inside. Adams inside. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Well, look, you need a bucket, go to him. This is exactly what he's built to do.
Pass to Adams. Soft touch off the glass. Adams has got his second basket on the night.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Now here's Brunson. Covered by Johnson. Back to Anunoby. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It goes on Chris Boucher. New York shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Brunson surveys. There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. Here's Christie. Sinks the tray. Christie's got 11 points.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Harden. He's got 12. Inside. Here's Wembanyama. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Robinson.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
And it's Williams off the drive. Pass to Wembanyama. Outside Harden. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist. He's got 15.
A consistent and standout scorer. It's really no surprise to see Harden making a big impact out there.
Here's Christie. No good with the triple.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Beasley. The 3 is up. Fires in the triple. Beasley's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Precious Achiuwa. That's his first foul. From deep, Wembanyama. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Achiuwa with a screen. Pass to McBride. Beyond the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Wembanyama. Again, the Spurs score.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Christie. Some solid defense from Williams. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Spurs. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Brunson with it. It's Bridges on the wing. Wide open look. And perfection right through the net.
Yeah, the quickness from Bridges there, looking like a guard.
Outside for Wembanyama. And it's all from three-point range. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. Here's Christie. Connects from downtown.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that.
It's incredible. Harden's ability to read the floor and find the weakness.
The Knicks with the lead. Outside Brunson. Here's Towns. Out to Bridges. Pass to Christie. And here's Brunson. Fires the 3. Hits the trifecta. And the Knicks lead by 4.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Ooh, Wembanyama, just too good.
Wembanyama quickly with one of his own, firing right back.
Towns outside. Pass to Christie. Outside Brunson. Four on the clock. And here's Anunoby. And stolen by Williams. Now Wembanyama. Anunoby covering. Stolen by Vassell. Here's Wembanyama. Sprinting up the floor. It's Wembanyama.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Pass to Christie. And there's a whistle. That goes on Vince Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And New York has possession. They trail by 1. Outside Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to the wing. The 3-ball. And he's 6 for 12 after that one.
And they've been relying on his three-point stroke all game. And he doesn't let them down when it matters most.
Well, it's one thing to hit threes when it doesn't matter. It's another to do it in clutch time. Takes a special player.
Towns outside. Back to Bridges. And stolen by Williams. Outside Wembanyama. The kick out to Williams. And there's a pick. Right side Wembanyama. And Wembanyama missing. Bridges with it. Harden picks him up. Towns for three. And the Knicks, another three.
Well, in a big moment, go to your big man. Towns can be so dominant when it needs to be.
The shot by Wembanyama, no good. New York leading by 5. .136 left to the game. Pass to Bridges. From the arc. Knocks down the long J. Bridges has got 5 points now this quarter.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
Harden misses.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Brunson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Christie. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The three from Wembanyama. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
The second one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. And so he's good on all 3 free throws. And that brings him within 5.
He showed a lot of composure that trip to the line. Now it's almost a one-possession game.
Back to Brunson. Here's Christie. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
And so it's New York winning this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that'll do it, folks.